Hello, this is episode 12 of We're Curious. And today I'm going to talk about that this month, the month of June, I was ordained 40 years ago. And before that, I was a lay minister starting in 1979 and then did ministry while in seminary. But what I'm going to focus on is about what is ministry. What does that mean to be a minister? And one of the things that I learned growing up at the Sheraton Christian Church in Sheraton, Iowa, is that we're all ministers. Yes, I'm ordained in that, quote, I'm a professional minister. And I've loved it most of the time. I certainly have gone through dark moments and have wondered, why am I doing this? And certainly there's stories I can tell you of where I felt that I did a wonderful job at some congregations and others where I felt like a failure. But that goes with any job. That goes really even to our own faith, is that that some people present Christianity as the kind of that we're going to somehow be perfect. But Christianity is about how we deal with our shortcomings, our sins, whatever term you want to use, our failures. I mean, certainly look at Jesus. He was not loved by everybody during that time. He did not have, thousands of followers. That most scholars believe, besides the 12 disciples, that at most he had a few hundred devoted followers. And that what ultimately happened was that, as we well know, was that he was crucified. Some people referred to the cross as his crucifixion as being a scandal. But what we see is that through that suffering, through that persecution, he rose. And that is the hope we have, is in the power of Christ's resurrection. And that is what has kept me going. Because during this time of the last 40 years of being an ordained minister, what I have shared with folks, and been very blunt about this, is that the church no longer is the center of attention in our different communities. In fact, I would say in almost all communities. If that there's a crisis, they don't necessarily look towards the clergy or for a church to be a participant. Now, perhaps I'm somewhat exaggerating, but not by a lot. I've served in here in Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Iowa, Texas, and Tennessee. And so I have been around to different places, whether it's very rural or in an urban area. Is that the church is not at the center. But yet, at times it can be very discouraging. But over the years, I've now come to accept this, through the help of Jesus Christ. I've come to understand that this is the challenge, this is the calling that God has given to me, is to somehow keep on trying to bring forth the gospel. And that, at the end of the day, is really all that I care about. Is the gospel simply means good news. And for us, we're talking about the good news of Jesus Christ. Now, we can see Jesus in many different ways, but we know that that is what bonds us together. We know that through Christ, we find the love, the grace, the hope, the faith. And so that is my message in terms of my reflection, is that, yes, I can tell you all kinds of stories that would probably bore you to death, or that maybe you would be captivated. But that really, at the end of the day, it's never about me. It's about me listening to Christ and being faithful. But that is not just the calling of a minister. That is the calling of anyone who has devoted their life to Christ. That is part of our baptism commitment, is to devote our life to Christ. And we will continue to make mistakes, make sins, have failures, have shortcomings. But that is the beauty of following Christ, is that we can become renewed and see a new path to go forward. And that is what I've learned over the years, is that through Christ have I been able on a personal level or on a level as a minister and a community activist, is to keep on plodding along and trusting as to where Christ will lead us. Because it's, again, never about me. It's about me working together with our people, and that we work together for the common cause of Jesus Christ. I do want to encourage you to share this if you find this to be helpful. And then also, if you find this to also be a blessing, to give it a like. I also want to encourage you that if you have any issues that you're struggling with spiritually, please bring it forward to me. And just write down the comment section or do a private message, or if you're if we're friends and you want to text me, please just let me know that if there's some topic that is weighing heavy on your heart or that you're just excited about. I would love to hear from you and help you in any way I can and respond in any way I can. So much love to all of you, and look forward to hearing from as many of you as possible.